Go.
What's up, guys? It's Mike here with you and here with Caleb. Today we're going to be talking a little bit. We got a question about cheat meals and going off plan a little bit. What's it doing for us? Is it appropriate? But before we get to that, we're going to talk about the CrossFit Games Open, which starts tonight. They made the announcement at 7 o'clock tonight. Really excited about it. This will be my 9th Open. Eighth Open for Caleb. Super pumped to do it for the first time with CrossFit Fiend. Really excited about that. A couple of ground rules with the Open is this is a worldwide competition, and if you are signed up, there are some standards that we need to adhere to. Going forward, myself, Caleb, and Richard have all done the judges course. And so if we are in the gym monitoring what's going on when we are doing the workouts, by far those workout submission or score submissions will be validated. If we are not, one thing, so if you're not able to be here when we're able to be here, you can still do the workout. What I ask for you to do is follow the guidelines that CrossFit has set for videoing your workout. And I will post a link in the description of this video so that you can see that, what those standards are. One thing I would recommend if you're gonna do that, download the WeTime app. It is phenomenal. It's got an integrated camera with a timer in the bottom. So it's got a timestamp and a timer in there. So it'll help you do it the way CrossFit wants it to be done. So our question again today is going to be about cheat meals and are they appropriate, how they work. So I'm gonna let Caleb take off on that.
Dude, cheat days are, it's like a household term. Like people will joke about it, like you're by your friends in the gym, you're like, oh, I totally cheated last night, but it was awesome, you know, like it almost becomes like this thing we joke about, but like what's happening to your body whenever you have a cheat day. So I want to dive in a little bit to like what's going on in your mind, but also what's happening to your body. Okay, so like physically, if you're having a cheat meal, what is a cheat meal? It's basically something that's like a little bit out of the norm of what you're currently doing, or that's like significantly less healthy than what you're normally eating, something like that. Okay? That's just like a basic definition of a cheat meal. It might also just be like an insanely high calorie meal. So in the grand scheme of things, if you think of like the big picture of your choices that you make throughout the entire week, one meal, if you eat a little bit more than normal, or if you have a treat, like Mike loves cookies, I love ice cream, you know, like, and every single week, Mike has some cookies. Every single week, I have some ice cream, one meal a week. But in the grand scheme of things, that's not gonna impact your fitness negatively in a huge way, as long as you're not overdoing it or really binging on that. You're just having like one serving or a treat. If it's an entire cheat day where you basically ate a whole week worth of calories in one day, then you know, you might find that you're not making a whole lot of progress. So mentally, what's going on with the cheat day is like, why do you even call it a cheat day? I really challenge you to even consider that word. Like, why would we call it that? If you feel like you're so restricted by your coach or by whatever diet plan that you're choosing to align with, you feel like you're so restricted that you feel like you're cheating on it, and you get sort of maybe even a high from that, just from, you know, like, oh, I'm breaking the rules, I'm getting away with it. Or if you're having such crazy cravings that it's not realistic for you to stay on that diet, then think about like, is this diet as a whole something I can stick to long term? You might need to find a better balance of, if you're having crazy carb cravings, that might be a sign your body actually might do better having a little bit more carb than you're currently having. And so if you're finding yourself taking more and more cheat meals or cheat days, sometimes I like to call them more like a treat meal. So like I'm rewarding myself for the discipline that I've been having recently. But if you're having more and more of those, that can be a sign that your body's trying to tell you that something's got to change, something's not sustainable, or you're more emotionally tied to something. You need to get to the deeper root of why you're choosing to have those meals or that entire day where you're kind of just going off the bandwagon. And so if you're restricting yourself to a certain diet and you're really trying to stick with it, you're getting a lot of benefit out of it, and you want to have a day or a meal, then I'd say go for it. You know, go for it without feeling guilty, but also consider the psychology. Why are you deciding to do that? Are you doing it consciously, or are you doing it out of an uncontrolled craving that you can't resist? In that case, you might want to address sort of the deeper motivations behind it. But you have any more thoughts on that, Mike?
No, I think that's great. I love the idea of changing how you talk about it. I hate calling something a cheat anything. In life, we don't want to cheat ourselves in any way or cheat what we're doing in any way. And I think it just takes a negative connotation and puts it on our nutrition. I love what you talked about. You know, if you're gonna do it every once in a while, once a week, like that's kind of my Saturday treat or my Saturday splurge. I'll do it. One thing I do immediately after is a 24-hour fast. Not necessarily that that's for anybody else to do, but I find that I feel better after I do it. But I love having that mindset of calling it a treat meal or a splurge meal or something like that. I think when you call it a cheat, like you said, it gives a negative connotation. And one thing I know is if I call it a cheat meal, I'm gonna feel guilty after doing it. If I call it a treat meal or a splurge, I'm not gonna feel guilty after doing it. So I love that. I love what you said there.
Yeah.
So that wraps it up on this video. Don't forget the Open starts tonight. It's being announced at 7 o'clock. Really excited. We've got over 30 athletes so far signed up here at CrossFit Fiend. Along that, again, if you're not able to do it while one of us are here, you can video it. Once you video it, you can send it to myself or Richard through Facebook Messenger or just through text or whatnot, or email. We'll get it, we'll view it, we'll validate your scores from there. All right?
Cool.
Thanks, guys. We'll see y'all later.